ABC 17 News investigates the steps Missouri's Children's Division has taken to protect kids from going missing from foster care, but one federal agency says it's still not enough.
Almost 1,000 children went missing from the Missouri foster care system in 2019, sometimes running to the home of a friend or family member or ending up on the street. The Office of Inspector General conducted a case study to determine why this number was so high and what Missouri could do to fix the problem. In this investigative report, I found out what steps have been taken to protect Missouri's foster children and what still needs to be done.
We have too many foster kids. Missouri has nearly double the national average of foster kids per capita.
Missouri has more than 13,000 foster children currently in its care. A 2021 Inspector General report found almost 1,000 children went missing from the Missouri foster care system at some point during 2019.
When we don't know where they are, we can't do anything.
Abigail Smith has been working for Boone County Children's Division for 10 years.
When I was a case manager, I had a kid and she was trafficked. And it is heartbreaking to hear the stories from her that she went through and what she had to do to survive.
The Office of the Inspector General identified where Missouri was falling short and came up with 3 recommendations for the state. Develop policies to identify children at risk of going missing, create a monitoring system for case managers when children go missing, and improve the case management system to be able to accurately identify missing children. The OIG tells me only one of these 3 recommendations has been fulfilled by the state of Missouri. Children's Division Director Daryl Missy says changes have been implemented since this report.
So when I started, the number of kids who were missing on a regular basis was over 100. Right now, a lot of work's been done, and it's almost always in the 70s or 80s right now.
The Children's Division workers here in this office, we don't have any missing kids right now.
The OIG did acknowledge Missouri's progress on the 2 recommendations. The state updated the Child Welfare Manual in 2022 to help state workers understand runaway youth and developed a Youth on the Run protocol and a missing youth status report for staff to track missing youth. The OIG tells me when it gets evidence Missouri has taken measures to address all parts of the recommendations, it will then consider them closed. When I asked Missy about this, he said he thinks the OIG should close the recommendations, saying all of their concerns should be resolved. The report also recommended the Federal Administration for Children and Families work with Missouri. ACF reportedly offered assistance in 2021 and 2022, but was denied both times. Missy says he doesn't recall any communication from ACF about the report. There have been other steps to improve Missouri's foster care system. Governor Mike Parson recently approved $33.3 million in the state budget to reform the Children's Division, including plans to implement preventative measures to keep children with their families whenever possible and give staff a raise to encourage retention. Smith says Boone County currently only has half of the staff that it needs. How many cases does the average caseworker have in Boone County?
So right now they have about 25, but what they should have is 15. And we can't do the best job that we should do when we have higher caseloads.
Leaders also say Missouri doesn't have enough foster homes. Statewide, Missy says there are around 5,000 homes for 13,000 kids. And Smith says at the end of May in Boone County, there were 310 foster children and only 49 licensed homes.
It's a huge need.
Craig Stevenson is a foster parent in Hallsville. He and his wife have been fostering for 8 years and have cared for 16 children.
Having lived it for 8 years, you see the good, right? You see the when families are unified and and you still get to be a part of their life. You see that, and then you see the tragedy and you see the brokenness of what children being taken from their homes does to that child.
The state of Missouri, if we remove a child from their biological family, we all are responsible for that child as a community.
I spoke with 2 local family resource agencies about what they think can be done to fix this problem.
More kids need to go back with family. I think that we need to have more foster homes. I think that we need to have more adoptive homes that adopt over the age of 7.
So I think every community has to kind of look at each other and say, these are our kids, these are our most vulnerable humans here, and we have to wrap around them.
In the plan presented to the Missouri legislature this year, data showed every 1,000 children kept out of foster care would save the state $25 million per year. You can find a more detailed breakdown of that plan and the OIG report on our website, abc17news.com.